Hi everybody, welcome back to Movie Related. I know, don't turn the channel. We've changed studios once again. We kind of look a little more professional now, I think. Huh?
Do we sound professional?
We are not,
No.
but we look more professional.
Okay.
We look more like the other guys.
Yeah, we're blending in with them. Well, it's Marvel time again. It was What If, and in this case it was What If Doctor Strange lost his heart instead of his hands. And let's see if this kept our interest. The last one was, we thought, the best one so far. Let's see if the trend continues.
Napoleon was in Bill and Ted.
It's not a war movie!
Well, listen. There was a war taking place when Bill and Ted took Napoleon.
Not a war movie. Okay, I have thoughts on this one, so I'm curious to see what your guys' thoughts are for this one. Who wants to go first? Paul.
Floor is yours.
Okay, so we have to give a little bit of a story here.
A little bit of story.
So in the original movie, Doctor Strange is driving along, he gets in an accident, he loses his hand, and he's a surgeon, right?
Yeah.
And he goes to the east to learn all those mystic arts there. This one, he's going out on a date with someone who really loves, and they get into
the doctor from the first movie.
Yeah, and they get into a car accident, and she dies. Okay, well, he goes to the east, learns the mystic arts, and then he knows how to manipulate time, so he goes back to try to avoid the scenario where she dies.
There you go.
But
Hijinks ensue.
right.
Okay, what did you think of the episode, though?
Well, it's tough for me because I'm watching it with my wife, and my wife hates Groundhog Day movies. She hates them with a passion. Anything where it's repetition, okay, they try it again, they try it again, they try it again. She hates it. And so through the whole thing, she's telling me, this sucks.
Right. But how did you feel?
Well,
We know your wife normally tells you how you feel, but let us know how you feel.
Yeah.
I think maybe Doctor Strange is my favorite Marvel character.
Really?
I really like Cumberbatch in it. So I was okay with it. But it was a lot of repetition.
Mark.
Okay. So yes, it was Here's what I wasn't buying. Okay. So in the original, obviously, he loses his hands and his ability to do surgery and stuff like that, because that was his addiction, right? That's what he loved to do.
You like to fix things.
He liked to fix things.
Yeah.
He could still sort of do that. Like, I don't buy the leaving and going and doing the mystic arts when he still had his abilities, right? So I know that they had to take a leap there, because otherwise there wouldn't be an episode. But I didn't buy that part. I thought that he would have continued to be a surgeon.
The point they made in this one was that he started going out into the east and everything because he was looking for a solution to be able to save her life and bring her back.
Yeah, I
And
understand.
so he was looking into the mystics.
I understand that, but I mean that's a bit of a stretch, no? Like when you don't know anything about time travel or anything like that, and you get into a car accident, your first instinct is not to go out east and try to learn the mystic arts.
It wasn't if you lose your hands, neither.
He just found his way out
He
there.
found his way because he ran into somebody.
When he lost his hands, he was on a self-discovery journey.
And this one he was too.
I just didn't buy it.
Okay.
I thought it was a decent episode.
He didn't go out there to learn the mystic arts. He went out there, he became Doctor Strange, and when he was Doctor Strange, he said, I can go back and fix it now.
Yeah, no, I get that. I didn't buy if he still had his abilities, right? I don't buy him
You're just
going.
not
out.
a true romantic.
Yeah, well, must be.
If
what
your
it
wife
is.
dies, you'd probably go, okay.
See, I think what the episode was trying to do is tell us, okay, what if, instead of losing his hands, which were his most important asset, what if he lost his heart, which was what he valued most? What if his heart took the place of his hands in what he valued most?
Well, then, I mean, the minute you introduce a woman into the scenario, of course you become evil Doctor Strange.
That's Mark in the comments below.
Because that's what they did.
Okay. You know
That's what they did.
in movies. It's a love story. Women fall for the guys, men fall the women, and they do anything for their women. The women will do anything for their guy. That's a love story. It's not social commentary.
They're simps.
Mark looks for commentary and everything. Now he's looking in a romance.
He was definitely right wing.
Wow.
No. Listen, I know that they had to do it to put an episode together, but I don't think that that's the way it would have worked.
Okay, but how did you like the episode?
Oh, I thought the episode was good. I'm just telling you how I felt about how they got from point A to point B. I didn't buy that, but they did it, and I liked the episode as a whole. Like, I liked the whole, that mystic, the bald one there. You know what I mean? Hare Krishna woman.
The Supreme.
Yeah, the Supreme, yeah. So I liked that she saw that he was going down a bad path and then split the timeline.
Spoiler alert.
What? Come on. Split the timeline so that he could go down the bad path and still have a chance at redemption.
In movies and that, they have the tale of the threes. If you're going to show something and it's repetitive, don't do it more than 3 times. They did it more like 50 times.
Oh, yeah. And they did it at the beginning of the episode, then in the middle of the episode.
Yeah, like they kept doing it. Not just for one thing. They did it for multiple things in this. What I didn't like about the episode is there was 0 surprises for me in this episode. I knew it was going to end the way it did. I knew what was going to be destroyed. I knew all of that from the very beginning of this episode. Not one thing surprised me in this episode at all.
I didn't know that it was going to end the way that it did.
As soon as they started him down the dark path, I said I knew exactly how this is going to end. Because they can't always be the happy... I mean, in the last episode, the Avengers died.
No, I get that.
So we know it's going to be a darker series.
But, and again, spoilers. Okay? When they say, okay, well, I split the timeline, and this is the real you, and so there was still a good guy to battle the bad guy. I thought, oh, there's a chance. No, failure.
Well,
right?
As soon as, because we followed the dark path.
Yes.
And then they just brought in the good guy. Well,
to stop him.
Yeah, but if it would have been going to be a happy ending, we would have been following the good guy's story, not the bad guy's story.
Not necessarily.
So I knew right from the beginning this is how it was going to end. So it wasn't a surprise to me. In all honesty, it was a blah episode because I knew everything. And because it was so repetitive.
It's tough being the smartest guy in the room.
It is. It is.
I don't know which one of you two you're referring to, but you're wrong on both cases.
Okay, so what did you think of the episode as a whole?
The episode, I liked that Cumberbatch did the voice. I liked the animation for his cohorts. I didn't like the repetition. I did like kind of the concept of him doing battle with the creatures.
Yeah.
And himself.
That was neat.
Which, by the way, they did over and over and over again.
That was the unfortunate part. But I like to see his transformation.
Yeah. Well, I liked, let's start small. And he progressed and progressed and progressed and became stronger and absorbed more.
But we have to realize, how long are these cartoons?
Half hour?
30 minutes, yep.
30 minutes. So they can only do so much with 30 minutes.
Well, they could have done a lot more in this one. Just cut out all the repetition all the time.
Yes.
Like the rule of threes is there for a reason in movies. It's to keep your audience from being bored watching this.
Well, they were just trying to show that he exhausted all of his possibilities.
You only needed to do it a couple times. You didn't need to do it 50 times.
But then again, they're trying to tell us that, hey, he did this for centuries.
Yeah. But he did it for the car crash. He did it for the fighting of the creatures. It was not just once; it was over and over again.
No,
half the episode was repeating two stories, two little things.
He didn't do it for the fighting of the creatures. Each of those creatures was a different creature that he was progressing and getting stronger.
He was stealing their power.
Yes.
He stole the little guy. He went to the next one. 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 He went to the next one.
Rule of three.
This was the episode.
Yes.
You see, when we talk to Mark, you have to do it more than 3 times.
No. There was a progression. It wasn't the same thing. Of course, he was stealing the powers the same way, but they were showing you that how he was progressing and how he was changing and absorbing and getting stronger.
The only difference in that whole scene was the creature he was attacking. Every creature, he did the exact same thing. Oh, with the things out of his face.
Yes.
Every single scene. That's too repetitive. We didn't need to see it 40 times. You know what they do? You see it a couple times, and then you see the time pass like they did, and then you see the final big creature that he lost to at the beginning. That 3 times. That's all they needed to do. But no, we saw 17 creatures.
How many times during this recording have you said it was too repetitive?
Yeah, and how many times do I have to explain myself because you still don't get it? All right, half the episode was 2 little repetitive things that they could have done more plot to. But I don't know. The 3rd episode to me is still the best episode.
Yeah.
This drops down to me. It's above T'Challa's episode.
So it's the second best episode out of the 4.
I didn't mind the Captain Carter one.
Yeah, that wasn't a good episode.
That was the worst one.
I didn't mind that one as much, too much. I didn't. I knew what they were going with. We followed the story, and I liked the fact that Iron Man was there. Not Iron Man, but they kept Steve Rogers. He became the Iron Man in a way. I didn't mind that. The next one was just if Star-Lord was a diplomat. Okay, whatever. The next one, the Avengers, was a mystery. I liked it. It was a story into itself. And this one, it just okay, yeah, whatever. I knew what you were doing. Thanks, Marvel. I saw it a mile away.
I think this one was the second best episode. I didn't like, however, how he was able to interact with the Watcher.
Well, that's the thing about Doctor Strange, right?
Because he can do the time.
He's got the whole mystical. He sees beyond reality.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, maybe that's part of his thing, but I was like, well, so far he's the only one who's been able to interact with the Watcher.
Yeah, and he'll always be the only one who could do it.
Yeah.
I hope so.
That's 4 episodes down. You guys say it's the second best. I'd say it's third best, but that's a personal choice.
How many episodes is there?
There's 9.
Right. Okay.
We got 5 more weeks of this, and you guys are going to have to do some of them on your own. Whew!
Yeah, we'll see.
I dodged that bullet. If they are anything like I said, it was okay. The animation's good. We got Doctor Strange's voice. It's good. But the minute I saw where the plot was going, I knew exactly the ending, and that was the problem for me. I couldn't not enjoy it after that. It was too easy.
I'm sorry.
I apologize.
I feel that.
Way to go, Marvel. Come on. All right. Let us know what you guys think of this episode. What if Doctor Strange lost his heart instead of his hands? What if Doctor Strange lost his heart instead of his hands? What if...
This counts. This counts as repetition.
It does? See, you don't have to watch the episode now, because I just showed you what it is. And until next time, we'll see you on the channel.